Yes, everybody. How are we all doing? Hope everybody's good. Hope everybody's having a good day so far. Sunshine in England. Now, I just want to jump on. Please do smash the likes and subscribe as well if you're new to the channel and you enjoy it. 11 subscribers away from 800. So I'm going to try and get there as fast as I can. My target was before the cup final. So hopefully I can beat that. Just want to talk about Arsenal. Even the people like me who come across negative, we talk negative and stuff. If we was all the same and we spoke the same, it would all be the same views, the same opinions. Some people have higher standards than other fans. It's questionable sometimes. I had someone jump in my comments earlier on who was an Arsenal fan since 1970s, I think it is, or supported them 50 years, I'm not sure. And he doesn't care if Arsenal win trophies or not in any season, which it baffles me because I think if you enter an elite sport, the main target is to deliver and win trophies. If a runner is running a race, you don't take that race and think, oh, I'll just let second place beat me, or I just want to come second or third or fourth or fifth. If you enter elite sport, surely you want to win and win trophies. So on that, it's confusing because like some Arsenal fans, what's even supported Arsenal 50 years, who I know, what demand trophies, want to win trophies. But then someone in my comments earlier on actually said he doesn't care if we win a trophy or not. Like I said on a short, it's time we have to start winning trophies. Like I've said on the title, Sunday is the time where Arsenal have to turn up and show we're the new team in town. And hopefully we can start dominating this English football for years to come because we've got the best squad. Apparently, we keep getting told that, and it is up there for debate with Man City's. People keep saying we've got the best manager. Now, I don't think we have, and a lot of other people don't think we have. But if Mikel Arteta were to go and win the Premier League, the Carabao Cup, and end up winning the Champions League as well, Mikel Arteta then, for me, will be in the top three managers at the moment in the world. And this is the thing with me. I've been on here. I go on Twitter. I come on here. I say it on people's streams, other people's streams. I will criticise Arsenal Football Club and Mikel Arteta if I feel it needs to be criticised. But I will also praise Arteta and Arsenal when it needs to be praised. I'm not someone what's just started supporting Arsenal. I've supported Arsenal for 34 years, approaching 35 years. I'm not a new fan. I'm not someone what jumps on the bandwagon just because him next to me says, "Oh, that's what you've got to say," or a lot of these big profiles and what's got big followers and loads of subscribers. They say things, and it's all makes things happy, and Arsenal like it, and some people genuinely believe that Arteta's the one to take us to the promised land. Now, if that's the case, I hope they're right. I hope they're right. I hope to God this season, people like Tom Canton, Igal, Rory talks football, Rory talks bollocks, whatever people want to say about him, Adam Keys, Eduardo Egan, hopefully for the first time in a very, very long time, in years and years and years, let's say 6 years, maybe some of them have been saying it, hopefully they're finally going to get something right. Because last season, season before, etc., me and other people are the ones what's been right. Now, I don't want to be right. I said Man City will win the Premier League at the start of the season. I want to be wrong. I want to see Arsenal start winning trophies as from Sunday. I want us to start. This is the time now we should be in town and make our noise heard. And let's bring this Arsenal to the table. Let's bring the Arsenal back. Let's show that we've been building a team, a squad. Arteta's now got his players together. He's had his time. And now let him deliver. Let him prove me and other people wrong. Let's see Arsenal really turn up now and start with his choice. Because, like I keep saying, and I've said this a lot of times this season, when Arsenal play with freedom, like we did against Bayer Leverkusen the other night, we can be unstoppable. We really can be unstoppable. when we play with freedom and the players are expressing themselves, they're playing with freedom, the team is bringing a lot of intensity, a lot of urgency, we're fast with our passes, we look hungry for goals. It's really difficult for any team in the world to handle us. Now, if you look at Barcelona, obviously just beat Newcastle, I think 8-3 on aggregate, 7-2 other night. They absolutely ripped Newcastle open in that second half. But the thing is, when you look at it, the positive thing, people don't think I'm just being a flip flop because everyone knows I'm not a flip flop. Like I said, I will praise and criticise Arteta and Arsenal. But Mikel Arteta has gave me confidence to know if we play Barcelona, if we play Bayern Munich, nobody, and I'm using those two because maybe PSG as well, nobody's going to rip Arsenal open. Nobody's going to do to Arsenal what they've just done to Newcastle and Chelsea. It doesn't happen at Arsenal with Arteta because of how good he has built our defence. With Gabriel and Saliba is not Arteta's signing, by the way. I've seen a very well-known person on YouTube mention it, and he I don't know if he forgot or what, but it's not Arteta's signing. But it's reassuring to know that we will not get battered in that Champions League like that. Now, the other thing is, can we turn up and be attacking? That is the only concern. Because when we are, this Arsenal team's unstoppable. I've said it so many times this season, but we just haven't seen it enough. So if you look at like the game against Aston Villa in the second half, the 30th of December, and I always use this one as an example, if we bring that performance, let's just say in the Champions League, nobody will live with us because we definitely know how to defend. And we are organised and we can set up and be strict. We can be disciplined. Like I said, very organised, hard to break down, switched on, for a 90 plus minute, keep a clean sheet at ease, with absolute ease. But it's going forward. Are we going to bring those performances where we rattle teams when it gets to the deeper stages of the Champions League, which is not long? I do think we'll beat Sporting Lisbon over 2 legs. I think we'll have enough over 2 legs. I really do. I think we'll get a nice, comfortable result at Emirates, and I'm saying maybe something like a 2-0. But again, if it's if it's Barcelona, let's just say, I think they will cause us problems, but I'm confident against absolutely any team in the world when it comes to being I'm confident against any team in the world when it comes to the defensive side of Arsenal. I've got no problem with it. No problem with it. I can watch Arsenal and think, we ain't conceding today. We ain't conceding today. But I can also watch Arsenal and say, we're not scoring today. We're not scoring today. So there's just that balance, just slightly missing, where we can't turn that switch more often. We have to see it maybe every 4 or 5, 6 games or what. Or so. So I'm hoping we can start delivering those performances like we've just done against Bayer Leverkusen. I want to see that more. Because, like I said, I'll say it again. That attacking switch gets flicked more with Arsenal. Nobody can live with us. Absolutely nobody can live with us. Because when we're attacking, we're taking the game into our own stride. We're attacking. We're playing with freedom. We're bringing that intensity, bringing that urgency. We're ruthless in front of goal at times. We're passing. Our passing is fast. The attack's moving. The creativity's there. But it's just when we play dead, when we just scrape through, and it's like, we just don't look like scoring. So I don't know what that is. Next season, could that improve? If it does, even me, I will say, Mikel Arteta is a fantastic manager because he knows how to set a team up to play defensively, but can he flick that switch more often? Hopefully, I'm hoping with how I say he would lay in a bath in a life jacket, he's precautious and everything. I'm hoping he's doing this just to get over the line to win the league because he's probably scared. I don't know. I have no idea. And he's probably scared and he thinks, I've just got to win this Premier League. Next season, can we come back to the 22-23 season, be expansive, be ruthless, be absolute killing teams off at half time? Because when I look at like the 97-98 Arsenal team, we had games wrapped up 8 times before half time. And people say, yeah, but then that allows you to rest players, man. That allows you to think, right, we've got, let's just an example, let's say we've got Fulham on a Wednesday night and, you know, you're playing Fulham, but then, you know, on that following Sunday, you've got a semi-final or a final against, well, a final, which is a huge game no matter what. And I just look at this team and sometimes I think I just wish we could kill teams off. Like against Brighton, I wanted to get wrapped up by half time. And I'm not stupid. You can't wrap games up by half time every single game. But I'd just like to see it a little bit more. I'd just like to see us be a bit more ruthless, wrap games up, allow us to make substitutions, take Declan Rice off more often if we can, take Gabriel off, Saliba off. A lot of times we seem to just scrape through games. And again, the massive positive to me is if you can get games killed off as early as you can, it allows you to make substitutions, which is really helpful for the season. It really is. So hopefully we'll see what happens next season. But all in all, it's really good. It's exciting being an Arsenal fan, but we have to start Sunday. Sunday is the day where we have to start winning trophies. That is the day where we look and say, we're back. Sunday's the day where we have to look at Arsenal and say, we're back. We've won our first trophy. I'm not overly confident because Man City are the giants. A lot of their players have won trebles, doubles, you know, even players what sit on the bench like Johnny Stones, Foden at minute, they've won trebles. Pep Guardiola's been to 18 finals with Man City if you include the Community Shield, the Super Cup, FIFA World Cup, Club Cup, and he's won 12 of them. So it is 50-50. I mean, if Man City turn out with a decent defensive performance, which they can, they have had some clean sheets this season. If Man City turn up with a great defensive performance and the switch is on, it's going to be hard to contain them. But if Arsenal's defensive side of the game is on it and we attack and play with freedom, there's only one winner. There's only one winner. And I'll say that about against anybody this season. If Arsenal's play involves where they win that freedom, the intensity, the urgency, it's going to be a struggle for any single team because defensively, we are absolutely incredible at times. And Gabriel and Saliba, well, like I keep saying, the best centre-back pairing in world football. So, hope everybody's doing good. And we're going to talk a little bit about David Raya. I'm going to big Arteta up for this, give him his flowers. What a great signing. Arteta got it absolutely perfect signing David Raya. He's 30-year-old. He's just 6 foot, which can be quite small for a goalkeeper. He's had 135 appearances for Arsenal. In 135 appearances, he's kept 59 clean sheets, which is very good. We got him in the 23 season for like a 3 million kind of package on loan for Brentford. And then we got paid another 27 million extra. So in all, a 30 million package. 23 season on loan. The following season, we gave Brentford 27 million and it came to a 30 million package. He's 30-year-old, which is young for a goalkeeper. It can be in the prime as well. But 59 clean sheets in 135 appearances. One thing I'll say about Raya, sometimes he's a bit cocky, he holds onto the ball too much, but his saves they're incredible. He's like a cat at times, the way he dives up to top corner, the way if he's on the floor, jumps up, he's like a spring. And I mean, that double save against Atlanta. I mean, where he's on floor, penalty, and jumps up and saves it again. It's the Brighton one. I mean, there's a lot. So, hope everybody's good. Hope everybody's doing well. I'm trying to get to that 800 subscribers by the cup final. I'm about 12 away, 11 away, I think it is. Maxi Max, Raya's wife just gave birth. Guess the goalkeeper for the final should be Kepa. I, I don't know, Maxi. I mean, to me, I know obviously family comes first and everything, but if David Raya can play Sunday, I'd rather have David Raya. But it just might be Kepa. It just might be. The only Chris Welsh, big up, mate. Hope you are well. Only Chris Welsh, big up to my guy. Good to see you in the chat. Go and subscribe to Chris Welsh, people. Chris Welsh, will be interesting to see your players' mindset if you win or lose cup final. I keep saying it, Chris. I keep saying that, mate. It will. That's the thing. It will be to see if it can rock them or if they go and win that final, just breed that confidence for other trophies. Lynch, come on, you Gunners. Big up Rich. Big up Lynch. Good to see you in the chat, my guy. Lynch, very true. Rich, thank you very much, Lynch. And Chris Welsh, if only you had handbrake off, you would even blow City away, in my opinion, with City vulnerabilities. I know, mate. And I'll tell you something. If the handbrake was off in a lot of games, we would have smashed teams to pieces. I think we would have been about 15 points clear, maybe, if we'd have played some games where the handbrake were off and we brought that freedom. But let's just see. Do you know what I mean? Let's just see how we go. But I do know one thing. Sunday is where it has to start. That's where it starts for me. I honestly think that. I honestly think Sunday is the game where we have to see Arsenal back. Like you've just said, Chris. If we lose the final, it could be bad for the players, for the mindset. They might be thinking, shit, we've lost it. The heads might drop. It might transfer into the league form. But if we go and win it, oh my God, the lift of confidence, what it will mean to these players, it'll be like a massive weight off the shoulder. They'll be excited. They'll have more belief in themselves. They'll be so happy. They'll be loving it. If we win this cup final, how much it'll mean to Gabriel. You look at Gabriel's passion when they win games. He's like that. Yes, as if to say, "Come on." And it's just not happened to him. He's reaching his first final for Arsenal. You know, it's going to be an absolute amazing scene to see Saliba, Rice, Gabriel, Raya, Timber, Saka, Gyökeres. It will be great to see. And like I said, it will bring massive confidence to them, because if they've not been winning trophies, it's going to feel strange for them. It's going to make them feel down for a little bit when we've lost the league, etc. And Sunday is the day where it could be a potential start of Arsenal starting to dominate the English Premier League for, let's just say, even for 2 or 3 years. This trophy is massive on Sunday. And it's really good sometimes that it falls just before season finishes. Because the position Arsenal's in now, it's no matter, take away the performances, because I'm not going to be a flip-flop. I will not do that. People know I came on here and I said we've played shambolic this season a lot of times. We've been pathetic. It doesn't look like we want to win the league. And I will still say that we have. But to still find ourselves in this position that we've got a cup final on Sunday, while we've also got a nice 9-point gap at top of the Premier League, is fantastic. It is fantastic to know that we're in this position. So these players, even though the mindset, as at times where you looked at it like Forest away, Chelsea away, and you think it's questionable. It's questionable, guys. I mean, no matter what people say, oh, you can't be talking. I ain't talking negative at all. I'm just talking what's already happened. It's already happened. We didn't beat Chelsea away with 10 men. We slipped up against Forest. But to still find a way to not get beat is quite remarkable. And I do say this. I do put it down to a lot, not just these two, but with Gabriel and Saliba, they've been a saviour a lot this season because they're that damn good. They are that good. And also with with Declan Rice. And to me, I mean, every time I look at Declan Rice, I just see captain. I just see a captain of Arsenal Football Club. I can't look at Martin Odegaard and see a captain of Arsenal Football Club, especially when I've seen Tony Adams, Patrick Vieira, Thierry Henry, other clubs, John Terry, Steven Gerrard, Roy Keane. Martin Odegaard is just not worthy. I mean, I don't know what everybody thinks, but Martin Odegaard is not worthy of being Arsenal's captain. Now, if there wasn't another player, or I'll include Gabriel as well, he should be, if it's not Declan Rice. If there wasn't another player, you'd be looking at it and thinking, okay, then you keep saying Martin Odegaard shouldn't be captain, but who should be captain? Now, then that would become tricky because I couldn't just be going like, oh, maybe him, maybe him, maybe him, maybe him. No, but there's a perfect candidate who he couldn't do any more as an Arsenal player, Declan Rice, to be worthy of having that armband as Arsenal's captain. He gives absolutely everything for this football club. Like I've said, even if he is struggling, he will jump up for that last header. He will make that last slide tackle. He will give that last shoulder barge. He will run back into our own half if Gabriel and Saliba are not there and fetch the ball. Now, I know obviously he's more defensive than Martin Odegaard, but he gives everything, people. I will be shocked if people still say that Martin Odegaard deserves to be the captain of Arsenal Football Club. Now, that might come from some fans what have just got affiliation with him. Like they literally, it's Martin Odegaard and they love him. And you know, William Saliba's my favourite player. I've watched his loans. I've watched Saliba for years. I've watched his loan when he went straight back to Saint Etienne. I watched his loan when he went then to Nice. This is obviously Liga, French league. Then I watched his loan where he finished up in Marseille and he missed one game, I think it was that season, where Strasbourg battered Marseille 4-0. And I think it was last game of the season. And in that time, I knew Arsenal was going to get a fantastic defender because I think I've seen 2 or 3 mistakes. One where he jumped up for Adam thinking it missed, it skimmed him and went over and missed it. Another one where I think he got, I would say maybe got caught ball watching. A ball ran across his foot and then they let the player in. And then another one, I think, where he went to intercept it and he kind of missed it with his foot. So, like, he's my favourite player. But I will still call, if Saliba has a bad game, I'll say it. Like, this season he's made a few little, like, errors and stuff and that. But that's the thing. Like, going back to what I was saying. If you can't criticise anything in life and you've just got to praise everything in life when it needs criticising, then it's just not me. If something needs criticising, no matter what it is, I will have to say it. Of course I will. You don't turn up at work and something's not working at work or whatever, and oh yeah, brilliant, that is fantastic. Not bothered about it. It's done me head in. It's stopped my job, but it's all fantastic. No, you don't. You don't. You criticise things. That's why I will criticise Arsenal and Arteta if they need criticising, and I will praise Arsenal and Arteta. Arteta's done a fantastic job signing David Raya. Absolute brilliant signing, especially when everybody was saying Aaron Ramsdale, even me, so many other Arsenal fans, we were like, don't sign a goal. Why do we need a goalkeeper? But Arteta knew it. He was the one who knew David Raya was made for Arsenal. I didn't. Everybody else, probably like me, agreeing. Aaron Ramsdale is Arsenal number 1. He's done nothing wrong. But Mikel Arteta did a perfect job signing David Raya. 30-year-old, 6 foot, 59 clean sheets in 135 appearances. 3 million package in 23 just for a loan to Brentford, sorry. Then obviously we signed him in 24. He's been fantastic. He's been absolutely quality. Yeah, I mean, he gets a bit cocky at times holding ball, but so do many goalkeepers. Khawaja, big up Rich 99 Arsenal, the legend, and the chat. Good evening, everybody. Khawaja, good to see you in the chat. Big up, my guy. Go subscribe to Khawaja, people. Khawaja, smash the likes and subscribe to the Rich 99 Arsenal, people. Thank you very much. Trying to get to that 800, Khawaja. Khawaja, 5 likes so far. Keep smashing the likes, everyone. Thank you very much, Khawaja. Roger, predictions for Sunday's final: Arsenal 3, Manchester City. Any win, I wouldn't mind. I don't do predictions, Khawaja, because I don't know what Arsenal's going to turn up. If we play like we did against Bayer Leverkusen, Aston Villa, second half, 30th of December, then Arsenal will run all over Man City because of Man City's defence. But I don't know what's going to turn up. I know one thing though. Man City's going to be really, really pissed off because you've got to take in consideration they got beat by Real Madrid, then they drew to West Ham, then they've just been beat by Real Madrid again. They're going to be really pissed off. And we know for a fact, look, it doesn't matter if you're an Arsenal fan or you're sport, whoever. Man City are still a team, if you piss them off and they're on form, that game, they're too much for anybody. Especially if they can, in that game, play defensively. If the defence somehow is on it, which it's not the defence what City used to have, we know that. But if Man City's defence is on it and they attack, it's too much for any team. It'll be too much for Arsenal because they will find a way. But we know they're not the Man City what we're used to seeing. They're just not. As much as even I keep saying it, they'll go on a run. Well, I got it wrong. I said Man City will win the league at the start of the season. I think I've got it wrong. I still don't think it's over yet in the title because with having to play them and they've got a game in hand, I still can't say it's over. If we didn't have that scenario, then I'd be like, yeah, Arsenal's just not going to lose 3 games. Because our defence. I wish I could be saying because of our defence and our attack. But everybody must admit, and if you don't, you probably just don't say it, you know what I mean, or protecting the club or whatever. But at times, our attack's been really, really bad this season, really bad. And I think it might be a thing. Arteta just struggles to work with strikers because he wants too much defensive work from them. But hopefully things are starting to change because Eberechi Eze, he's got to be Arsenal's number 10. There's no other way about it now. He is absolutely levels above Martin Odegaard. Martin Odegaard is not good enough to play in this starting lineup. People might not agree. I think someone said on Twitter that someone, if you say anything about Martin Odegaard, he says things and it goes on against you. It goes in, it comes out with all this crap or something. He's not good enough. Martin Odegaard's not good enough for Arsenal Football Club. We've moved on. He's had his chance. Last season, Martin Odegaard was the worst first-team footballer at Arsenal, and I can't express it enough. If you're a captain, you do not have a shit season. If you're a captain, you might have 1 or 2. If someone now, and I would wait all day, if someone now, and I would wait all day, asked me, if someone now can tell me, and I will wait all day, you remember captains like Patrick Vieira, Thierry Henry, Tony Adams having a bad season. There's your perfect point. No, they didn't. You do not see that from your captain. A captain is someone who is meant to set example, who brings leadership, who brings that warrior attitude, who brings that grit, who implements fear into their own players, into the opponents. Martin Odegaard is an absolute disgrace of a captain. I'm sorry, and people might not agree, but he is absolutely. More I think about it, a captain never ever plays bad for a season. A captain might have a bad 1 or 2 games. Are you telling me And some of these people what are protecting Martin Odegaard and saying how good he is, they've probably never even seen Tony Adams play. Are you telling me Tony Adams, Patrick Vieira, and Thierry Henry played bad for a full season for Arsenal when they were captain? Absolutely not. They might have had one or two bad games at most. Martin Odegaard last season was absolutely shit. He was dire. He was our worst first team player last season, and he's been a tiny little bit better. That's it. He's not reliable. He's got no leadership qualities. He's not vocally heard. He's not got that rugged, no-nonsense, grit warrior attitude what a captain possesses. He just hasn't got it. So anyone what tells me Martin Odegaard deserves to be captain of Arsenal Football Club, I have to bring facts because you don't see a captain shy away for a full season. You don't see a captain play crap for a full season. Absolutely not. No chance. No captain does that. They bring leadership and set things by example. No chance. No way. Like I just said, you've never seen Patrick Vieira, Tony Adams, or Thierry Henry play bad for a full season and then even continue it. These people maybe have had one or two bad games. Roy Keane, John Terry, Steven Gerrard. Did they have bad seasons? Absolutely not. One or two, three, four at most, probably bad games. It baffles me. It really does. Odegaard is done at Arsenal, but I know for a fact he's going to be kept. And then we're going to probably see a bad Odegaard next season, and then we'll probably decide to sell. And then we'll end up getting about 35 million for him at most, which we paid kind of for him. So let's just get rid of him in the summer and try and get freaking £50 million. Because that's something else and all. We have to start acting like a big club and all when it comes to selling players, because our biggest sale is Balogun / Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain for around 35-40 million. And just an example of what happened in January, when you take in consideration that Wolves sold Strawn Larson to Crystal Palace for 43 million plus 5 million in add-ons. I mean, we need to get a £50 million sale at least, which should be more. But Don, I have a big feeling that if we tie down Ireland and Turkey as well as Silva, it's a done deal on Sunday. Yeah, that's a good point, Don. Big up to you, my guy. Good to see the chat. Don, if we keep Ireland, Silva and Turkey down, it's a done deal on Sunday. Yeah, hopefully, Don, that happens. I mean, there's Rodri, there's Doku, Semenyo. I mean, Doku's just ridiculous when he's on board, if he's on form, but he don't score enough. That's one thing with Doku. I've said he's one of the fastest players at shifting that ball at his feet, but he just don't score enough. He just don't score. What's it time? Texas, Liverpool and Man United are going to be serious Premier League title contenders next season. Arsenal is not going to get away with what they have gotten away with this season. That's a great point. Yeah, absolutely. And where's this rumour coming about? Bruno Guimaraes from Newcastle in advanced talks with Man United. Is that right? I think it's bullshit, to be honest. I don't think that's true. I don't think that's true at all. I really don't. But you are right, Texas. Man United will be back, depending. I think the thing what lets Man United down is the defence and midfield. They have to address that. I think obviously they've got Lenny Yoro, they've got Delete, they've got Martinez, they've got Maguire, who's just signed a new contract, who's kind of revitalised his form a little bit. But I think they still need, I would say, a couple of midfielders. Casemiro, I mean, I'm not going to place him in one of players season, but Casemiro for Man United has been absolutely fantastic this season. You've seen a bit of Casemiro, what we've seen at Real Madrid, and he's been scoring goals as well. Scored again against Aston Villa with Eder. I mean, he's fantastic in here. Casemiro has been one of the players. Would I say one of the players at season? Maybe, yeah, probably would say probably in about the top 12, 15. Casemiro has been one of the best players in Premier League this season. He's kept injury-free, scored goals. I think is it 6 or 7 goals or something this season? I think he scored. He's been really good for Man United this season. Really, really good. Um, but I think they need. Well, they'll have to replace Casemiro. I think they'd have to sign a Agati and that. I mean, it's just not worked for Man United. It's just not. That hasn't worked at all. He was okay at Sporting. Went to PSG. That didn't work. Came to Man United. Second season now. It's never going to work, I don't think. So they're going to have to sign maybe a Casemiro replacement. They'll have to sign another midfielder. I think Man United need 2 midfielders personally. And I would say one world-class defender or maybe 2. So I still think there's work to be done there. They've got Lamens, goalkeeper, who came from Royal Antwerp in the Belgium division. That's worked. Anana did not work at Man United, but Lamens, who, like I said, signed from Royal Antwerp in the Belgian league, that's worked. So they've got the goalkeeper. That when you find a good goalkeeper, that helps massively. It helps the defenders. It gives the defenders confidence knowing who's behind them. Lenny Yoro's a decent defender. Like I said, Maguire's revitalised his career a little bit. But I still think they would need a world-class goal centre-back and 2 midfielders. Wingers, I mean, they look quite stacked. You've got Ahmed. Obviously up front, they've got Cunha, they've got Mbemo, they've got Šeško. So I think Man United could be a problem, but it's if Radcliffe backs them. That's the thing. Will Jim Radcliffe back Man United? You just don't know. It's what they're going to be able to spend. That's the only thing. Because if you look at it, I don't see a player going for high value really from Man United who they're going to sell. I don't see Bruno, and obviously Bruno. I think can he leave on a free? I think. Is it? Chris Welsh, unfortunately for Newcastle, they have Saudi's ownership, but one trophy is so many years not going to make their players stay. Great point, Chris. Absolutely. Exactly. I mean, as much as the fans welcome you and everything, but like you've just said, Chris, yeah, they've got a great fan base. The stadium's great. I like Eddie Howe. I really do. He's took Newcastle from when he first came in. It took him 18 months to get him from, I think it was bottom 4 into the Champions League in 18 months. So it's a good achievement. Won the first trophy. Obviously, just got battered by Barcelona, but there again, you know what I mean? So you look at it and you think the players and everything, like Chris has just said, it probably is going to be time Newcastle end up seeing some players go now. The Tonales might think, I want more than this. He has won a Serie A title, Tonali, with AC Milan. I think it was in the 21-22 season. So he has won a bit of silverware. Played for Brescia before signing for AC Milan. So he has won a title, Tonali, with AC Milan. I think it was 21-22 season or 22-23. So he's won a title. But it's like what Chris said, big teams, and I mean, when I say big teams what are a level above Newcastle are going to start coming for these players. Someone's going to look at someone's going to look at Bruno Guimaraes. Someone's going to look at Tonali, Livramento, Hall, Harvey Barnes might be next. They're going to have a lot of teams looking at the players. So it's just you just don't know, do you? That's what I mean. They're not going to make the Champions League this season, so I can see maybe 3 players leaving Newcastle in the summer. To be honest, I really can. I would like Tonali. I definitely would like Sandro Tonali because he's 5'11". He's 25-year-old. He'd probably be 26 by summer. Can't remember when his birthday is, but he's got good ball vision, long and short. He's very fast with his feet, Tonali. He's skillful. which you don't realise until you actually focus on him. He's very skillful. He's got a bit of burst of speed, and he likes to shoot. He doesn't score many goals, but he does like to shoot when he gets a chance. So I would like Tonali in midfield for Arsenal next season with Declan Rice. I think it'd be fantastic, or Adam Watton or Elliot Anderson. And Chris Welsh, if you lose cup final, they should be made to watch them lift it. Tell them, does it hurt? We did it with Klopp. We lost Windshield to City, then we ended up walking the league. That's absolutely, Chris. Yeah, just see how it feels and make them like kick themselves for it. Yeah. Welsh Gordon price tag just too much. He's decent, but not worth it. I agree, Chris Welsh, because they're talking of Anthony Gordon probably for about 80 million. I mean, Harvey Barnes will probably be worth 80 million. Tonali will be 80 million. Livramento will be 80 million. Hall will be about 70 to 80 million. They're not going to sell them all, but Newcastle's got some prized assets. I'll tell you that now. Texas Arsenal should make a bid for Bruno Fernandes. We have nothing to lose besides him saying no. I know. Absolutely, Texas. I know. Now, I agree with you. And I would have him now. 100% now. But I think Texas, don't know why, but I've just got a feeling with Bruno, I don't think he'll ever want to play for another club in England unless it's Man United. He loves that club. He absolutely loves Manchester United. And it wouldn't surprise me if they end up persuading him and getting him on another contract for a year or two. I think Bruno will end up staying at Man United this summer again. I could be wrong, but I've just got a feeling something will twist and they'll convince him to either sign a contract. I think he will stay at Man United. He absolutely loves the club. But 100% Texas, I go for Bruno Fernandes all day long. All day long. He gets better. He's getting better with age. Do you know what I mean? He's in a different league compared to Martin Odegaard, a different level as a captain and as a player. Should make good. Chris Welsh Guimaraes is United player, in my opinion. Imam Fernandez are them shithouse players. I just don't know where this has come from though. Like I'm like, to me, it takes a lot for me to believe a route. When I see like a normal like transfer, I'm like, yeah, it's bollocks. The only Chris Welsh, I want Tonali over Watton for us, but I think we get Watton, to be honest. Yeah, I think you might do. Are you basically saying, Chris, that you've got a feeling McAllister's gone? Chris Welsh, Livramento will join City, in my opinion. Yeah, I agree with that. I do agree with that. Chris Welsh, I do. Darkside, going to big up Rich. Big up Darkside. Good to see you in the chat, bro. Go and subscribe to Darkside, people. Yeah, I think you're right, man. I actually do think you're right there. I think Livramento will end up at Man City. They've been trying for him, and I think they'll get him. Texas, Morgan Rogers should be an Arsenal transfer target this summer. Yeah, he should. 100% he should. But the thing is that we have to keep remembering, like, what we are going to spend this summer. We've got to spend 45 million on Nketiah to start with. And apparently there's talk of a winger, which ideally I would love it to be. These are my three targets. Kavichi Kvaratskhelia. Sorry, I will get his name right one day. Julian Alvarez or Rafael Leao. That's the three I'm picking. Apparently, I've heard, I don't know if it's true, it could be bullshit, but the relationship with Max Allegri, AC Milan's manager, and Rafael Leao is like that. They literally are just not even speaking. Apparently, something's happened. I'm not sure. I didn't read it. I've just seen a bit of a headline. Maybe this is the season where Rafael Leao has a different change. Because I'll say this about Rafael Leao, from watching him when I used to watch football all the time, sometimes he puts 11 out of 10 performance in, and you think this guy's unstoppable. The way he gets out of tight gaps, tight angles, tight areas, with a ball and then runs away with it is lightning quick. It's very strong. But then sometimes you watch him and you're like, where is he? I know he's on. I know he's actually playing, but I just I don't see anything from him. So with that, who's going to be cheapest if you think about that? Rafael Leao, Julian Alvarez, or Kvaratskhelia Kvaratskhelia? Well, this is what I keep saying, and I don't know if I'm right because there's no way someone will say, "Yeah, you got that right today." It will just keep going on and on going and on going. But I keep saying, all it takes is for a player to hit form of, let's just say, 6 to 10 games where they're scoring goals, they're putting great performances in. The people on the radio stations are talking about this player. They're on the back of the newspaper talking about this player. People on social media posting things about this player, how good he is. All it does then, the club who actually own the player, just look at that and think, okay, if you want our player, we're gonna make you pay, and we will put a massive price tag on it. It wasn't worth that in the summer, but because everyone's talking about him, etc., the valuation just goes bang. So, for example, Kvaratskhelia, sorry, has not had the best form at PSG this season. Apparently, some of their own players are not very happy with him. But he scored against Chelsea in first leg. So then that straight away gets people talking about him. So PSG are like, yeah, he can deliver on big stage. He's good, he's good, he's good. He scores again in the second leg. So Kvaratskhelia, as form, has probably gone better. Sorry, has got better. But what that then does, people might be like, oh, Kvaratskhelia, his valuation's probably dropped down to about 70 million in summer. Through this season. But then scoring 2 goals against Chelsea, first leg, second leg, everybody's talking about him. People are posting pictures about him. What a talent. Want him at my club. People on radio stations will probably bring him into conversation sometimes when they're talking about Chelsea. How good is this player? Next minute, the 70 million, let's just say he's been valued 70 million through the season because his valuation has dropped and it's not been that good. It's gone back up to about 95 million again. That's how I look at it now in this day and age. All it takes is for someone to have a 6 or 7 good games, or someone who everybody knows is good, and then turns up and puts a goal in first leg and second leg, like Kvaratskhelia did against Chelsea. Now everyone's talking about him again. His valuation's up. He's untouchable. PSG don't want to sell him. But I'm hoping he looks at it and thinks, I've already won Champions League with PSG. I've already won the League R. And I've already won domestic cup. I'm hoping he doesn't want to stay in France and play another season and wants a new challenge. Because for me, Kvaratskhelia, he reminds me of Robert Pires. And if people don't know him, he's an ex-Premier League legend, used to play for Newcastle and also played for Tottenham and Aston Villa, David Ginola. And Ginola used to play for PSG when he was younger as well. I look at Kvaratskhelia and I think he's absolutely class. He's tall, he's leggy. He's one of those where the ball will just end up back at his feet. When he kicks it against someone's shin, and it'll come back to his foot. Like I said, a bit like Leao, he can get himself out of tight areas. He'll pull trigger when he gets a chance. He breaks into the box. He's got a burst of speed, that acceleration, a bit like Robert Pires. He looked like he couldn't run sometimes, and then he was gone. So when you look at it, Kvaratskhelia, Rafael Leao, Julian Alvarez, who would probably be the most expensive out of those three? I think Leao would be the cheapest. I think you get Leao for about 65 million, to be honest now, maybe 60 million from AC Milan. I really do. Start of season, it'd probably been about 80, but I think you could get actually Leao for about 60 million. Because, well, yeah, McAllister will go to Barca, in my opinion. Yeah, Chris. I mean, how do they always get these players? They always seem to sign a top profile every summer. You know, because well, and yet they're massive in debt. And I tell you something. Do you know what? I'd take Lewandowski for a year. What a striker! What a striker! He took the piss out of Newcastle last night. He literally toyed with Ramsdale. Looked like he was going to shoot, faked a shot, and then put it bottom corner. I would take Lewandowski for a year if we had to. If we sold Kai Havertz, I would gladly take Robert Lewandowski at Arsenal for a year or two. What a striker! He's definitely going to go down as one of the best strikers ever in these last few years. 100%. 100%. He can score everything. Like last night, he took the piss out of Newcastle. He pretended to shoot and like faked it, and then just made Ramsdale look daft. He's absolutely class. Whoever gets him, I mean, he might go to Saudi League. I've heard. Apparently, they said last night that I think Saudi League are looking at some teams looking at him. Italian League are looking at him. I mean, surely someone from Premiership is going to look at Lewandowski, 100%. But I think he's absolutely brilliant. He's one of my favourite strikers, and he has been for the last 2 or 3 years, Lewandowski. He really has. Even at Bayern Munich, I think he was quality. As well, Spotton will allow Gravenberch to have a freedom and a rest too. Yeah, I like Gravenberch. And that would, yeah, that's a good point, actually. As well, Bastoni, Watton, Bracola, apparently on our transfer targets list. Elise is there too, but going to take a lot to get him out of Bayern. Yeah, he's on fire at the minute. I bet you can't get Elise for 100 million now. I'm telling you now, I bet you now, because again, just like I keep saying, everyone's talking about him. I bet you Elise, if you try and sign Elise from Bayern Munich, they're going to say 115 million straight away or 110 million. Because well, Elise is up there with Yamal as best player in the world. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, Chris. Absolutely. I bet Crystal Palace are loving it. Static, hey Rich, Static, big up, good to see you in the chat, my guy. Good to see you. Go subscribe to Static, people. 8 likes, like and subscribe. Yeah, people, I'm 10 away from 800 subs. Thank you very much, Static. Not going to do too much long, about another 5 minutes, I think. Static, Arsenal must win on Sunday. No excuses. Absolutely, Static. Absolutely. Sunday must be the start where we start winning trophies. It has to be the start of it. It has to be. As well, so what's your thoughts on Jan from Leipzig? Sorry, Jan Diamonde. He's so overrated, in my opinion. Not seen much of him. Not seen much of him, Chris Welsh, but I've heard about him. Another player. What Leipzig keep bringing these players through and getting a lot of money for him, and they're selling them all the time. Lukepka, apparently Arsenal keep being linked with him, but. I mean, I don't know. We do not need any other defenders. Monday is so rated, in my opinion. I don't rate him. Antonio Nusa levels above him, maybe. I'm harsh on Diamonde too early. Does I'm gonna caveat would be Spenny? Absolutely, it would cost. Kvaratskhelia would cost about 90 million, I think. Peppermint Freedom. More people need to be calling out the weakest captain in football. Absolutely. Peppermint, big up to you. Good to see you in the chat. Darkside Gunner Rich, I'm predicting 3-1 on Sunday. Darkside, come on, you Gunners. Darkside. Listen, mate, I'm not, there's no prediction from me. I'm not doing it. I can't. All I'll say again, if we play like the Bayer Leverkusen performance or like we have done most of the times in the Champions League, apart from the first leg against Bayer Leverkusen, or if we play like we did against Aston Villa in the second half, 30th of December, Arsenal will beat Man City and we will win that Carabao Cup final. I'm 10 subscribers away from 800. Can I get there before Cup final? That on my target. I just can't do predictions, man. I can't. I don't know what Arsenal's going to turn up. I don't know what Arsenal's going to turn up. As well, I'm saying 1-1 Arsenal and Pens. Interesting. That's interesting. Where's that? Good. Good to see you. Good evening, British Shane. Big up. British Shane. I like that one. Good evening to you. Going to see, big up to my guy, hope you're well. Going to see my prediction: Arsenal 0, City 3. Wow. You think that? I'm going to see. That's how going to see. Wow, chill. I'm going to see. Good evening, British Shane. Big up. That's just come through. That's how gonna look at that British Shane. Yeah, absolutely. British Shane, eh? Shane the legend Guna. Peppermint Freedom, if we get outclassed and embarrassed, I will be mad. So will I, Peppermint, because it will just bring the players down and all. It will wreck the players' confidence. It really will. Texas, Odegaard is probably going to be our captain. Oh, no. Don. Don. Oh, don't say that. Oh, don't say that. Don't say that. No. Just don't look it, does he? Just how can he be called a captain, man? How can anybody possibly think like he's the captain of a? How can he? People look and say, "Yeah, he looks like my captain." He's vocally heard. He shows no nonsense. He'll give everything to get that ball back if he loses it. He doesn't do anything. He doesn't do anything as a captain compared to someone who isn't a captain, Declan Rice and Gabriel. Declan Rice will run through every single blade of grass for Arsenal Football Club. He absolutely will. Even when he's struggling, he gives everything. Right, people, I'm just going to read the last few comments and I'm going to end it here. Thank you very much for joining me. Big up to everybody as well. Thank you very much. Texas, Odegaard is probably going to be. Oh, I've seen that one. I don't want to see that. I just, no. Fucking hell, no. If like you look at Declan Rice and you think, if I was doing what Declan Rice is doing, and Odegaard, and I were looking at Odegaard with captain's armband, I'm thinking, you're meant to be setting an example. You're meant to be embarrassing me with your work rate. You're meant to be showing me how it's done. I just don't get it, man. I can't look at Martin Odegaard and say he's a leader in any single way. He doesn't. There's nothing there compared to what Declan Rice and Gabriel give. Peppermint Freedom, no, absolutely Peppermint. That's out, guys. We are beating Bold Fraud in the final end of. Let's just see Dark Side. Let's just see. That's Bold Fraud. Texas saw Odegaard in training this week. He will play on Sunday. I know he will. Right, everybody. Thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of your night. And take